I should be live now. Okay. Hello, hello. I'm just gonna check on Twitch that I am actually live, because it has been a minute since I streamed. And I'm probably live. Yep, I am. Cool. Okay. Sorry to anyone who's watching this either right now or in the future. It just feels weird to talk to a camera and into a microphone still. But, hello, I am Ambrosia, and this is Nightlight Rights live. I've been working on a sleep aid piece called Sailing into Ashiri, where we take the listener on a journey into this sort of fantastical tropical archipelago, starting with its capital, Ashiri. The music is by Eric Matias at www.soundimage.com. And without further ado, I guess let's get started. I'm gonna do a read through of this just to make sure that I am caught up on what I've done, because it's been a few days since I've looked at this. Yeah. I did initially plan to live stream every day, but I realized that's probably not an attainable goal for me. At least not right now. So instead, I am going to focus on, I'll probably stream every other day, like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just so that I have some break time between this and my job and all the other things that have to be done in life. But anyways, yeah. Let me... hang on. Let's get into it. To call the waters of Soyulu crystal clear would be a disservice. There is nothing so geometric nor distinctly unalive about the way it crests and settles, solid like flesh from an aloe. The hues shift from transparent lime in the shallows of Nakchme Bay to a nighttime abyss in Chema's blue hole. Vibrant corals and anemones flourish below the waves, lush with life that dances without the pull of the ground beneath them. Manta rays soar, their fins mottled with discordant rings of light, while the stripes of butterfly fish flash gold. That isn't to say the ocean holds only beauty. For those who don't know how to navigate the whirlpools, sandbars, reefs, sunken ships, and atolls, the Soyulu archipelago is a dream unachievable. The ship you are sailing on is captained by a man who knows every nook and crevice of the Shidopan Sea. Perhaps too aptly, his beard is wild and salty, speckled with gray as what was once black hair cascades down, chin to sternum, the same length as the thick curls that fall from the top of his head. A conical bamboo hat tames the mess somewhat, and he wears a long, loose-sleeved wrap shirt of sorts over a bark cloth skirt that ends just below his knees. The sun has weathered his skin with pale and dark spots, but when the light catches him right, that deep tan turns to bronze against the solid shadow cast by his oar. When you set sail from the port, he looked across the horizon with a gaze as sharp as his grin, and introduced himself as Lo Yi, captain of the Nuemad. The ship, a steady double outrigger canoe with 2 crab-claw sails, or that's at least what Captain Lo Yi called them when you asked, is manned by 12 rowers, each with bulky shoulders and sweat-slick muscles as they heave against the combative currents. Oh, I skipped a line. There are a few other people simply taking the ship for passage to Ashiri instead of working, just like you, sitting with their feet dangling into the sea off the crossboards. They invite you to come sit with them, feel the pull of the water as it tugs like a child's hand to the depths below or the shore ahead. You join them. The water is warm, and as you sail towards what looks like a sinkhole in the sea, a deep blue pit where day is abandoned to the stars and the gods, the woman who first beckoned you over speaks, pressed next to you while your feet tangle together. I can tell you're not from here, she says, eyes a brilliant green as she gestures towards the walls of Ashiri, voice accented with a cutting curve and flourish. But that isn't a bad thing. It's always nice to see new things, meet new people, don't you think? It is. There is salt in the air. You can feel it crystallize upon your skin, almost solid on the wind that is inescapable at sea. It settles on you like a chalky coat, flaking and clumping around your joints, while the sun is relentless to you, wine sweet where it warms your back, stinging as it burns your nose. The feeling of it all, the uneven rocking of the orange wood planks, the symbolic crash of wave against wave, wind slapping the sails while it whips hair in your face, partially blinding you to the endless blue. There's no way to describe it but alive. Air rises from your lungs and heat from your heart. It swirls in your throat, a passionate dance of sun and sky that goes up, 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 escaping your lips like a cloud and leaving you lightheaded. You close your eyes, tip your head to the domain of birds above, and simply breathe in the aisle of your perceptions. You introduce yourself. High tide, traveler. I am Miura of Clan Sunya. Would it be correct to say you've never been to Ashiri before? You've never been anywhere in Soyulu, let alone its capital. Before today, you didn't know that something as simple as the way kelp catches on fish nets could enrapture you with the pull of a whirlpool. Yet here you are, with a foreign land on the horizon, and the water beneath the ship quickly deepening into an unseeable darkness. What is this, you ask, the dialect soft and clumsy on your tongue as you gesture to the pit you were sailing on the open edge of. You can see surrounding most of it are the tips of sun-bleached coral, pale as they pile towards the surface, a silted gray ring in stark contrast to the azure water. Fish dwell near the surface, rainbows of fins and bodies shoaling near the natural walls, but you can't see much movement deeper in. You lean forward, letting your fingers skim the water. This hole in the sea, this cavern, must reach deeper than the grasping star's hands for how cold the water is, even so close to the open air. This is Yimane's cradle. Miura's voice calls for your attention, softly hooks you like fingers running through your hair, and even the greatest of wills would struggle against her pull. Your gaze locks on her tattoos that travel from wrist to shoulder, shoulder to navel, charcoal black designs arcing with the curves of her body. You see her poise, strong but flexible, and the wildfire red of her hair falling down, down, down to the shipboards in a braid bulky as the Nuemad's mooring lines. In a moment, Miura is no longer herself, but someone older. Something older. Words and tradition intertwining with the space she occupies to create a young woman wiser than any of her ancestors. She speaks with the cadence of a heavy drum and bestows a story upon you. Alright, and I know there's more here, and that's what I was working on last time, but what we're gonna do... Sorry, sleepy. Is we are actually going to get rid of this, because it's bad. Well, it's not bad, but on my days where I wasn't working, I came to a realization that while I want these people to have an oral tradition does not make sense necessarily if it's so long. like this. Like, I know sometimes poems and stuff are there, but I think instead what I want to do is I want to try and make a song instead, which will be interesting because I have 0 prior songwriting experience. But I think it's the thing that makes the most sense to do right now. At least in terms of the story and Miura as a character. And then what I'm doing right here is I'm just making a document called Cut Pieces, just in case I want to look back at the information that I create while drafting. Why do I have mirrors highlighted? Okay, that was just the form. That's... Alright, why do I have Chisad? Okay. We're gonna copy this comment and apply it over here. And then we're going to copy this comment as well and transfer that over. Okay. Now that we have done that, I am going to get rid of this, because she no longer applies. Goodbye. Oh. Sorry, I'm a bit sleepy. I do not know why. Okay, and then... Then what we're gonna do up here is... Control VU. Okay, and then let's see. What did I say I'd replace it? Navigate the reefs. For those who don't know how to navigate the reefs and their treacheries. I knew I spelled that. Not treasuries. How do you... Treacherous. How do you... There we go. I don't know why I couldn't spell that, but Okay. There we go. So we fixed that part now. And I have the part that I cut over here, which has all the different types of things that are over here. Okay, so first things first. The style of music, I think, is going to be influenced by, I think, traditional Philippine music. Specifically the bamboo pipes. I don't remember what they're called. And I'm not sure that they're Filipino either. And it's like a dance thing. Bamboo rhythm dance traditional. Okay, it was Philippine. Okay. Tinikling. A rondalla is an ensemble of stringed instruments played with the plectrum or pick, and generally known as plectrum instruments. Okay. Right. Why music? Yeah, like I said earlier, I do not have basically any songwriting experience at all. So, what I'm doing is starting with research into it, and then once I get an understanding for what the music is kind of like, I will then look up how to write a song, and from there, get to making it, I guess. Okay. Okay. So it's going to probably be in a melody style of song, probably. Hang on. Okay. Okay. Let's look up traditional. It helps if I spell it right. Philippine instruments? Okay. Okay, this one. Is Bruno Mars from Honolulu? Huh. Okay. Hmm. We're gonna pause the tropical music for a second. That is certainly a sound that it makes. It's a very interesting sound that it makes. I think it sounds good. It's it's yeah, it's interesting. Okay. We need to listen to what all of these instruments sound like. I don't even know what an idiophone is. Percussion instrument. Okay. Hmm. Oop. Damping tubes. Lungatong. Oop. There's so many instruments. It's masculine, huh? And there's no sound file. Hmm. Here, I can play this for you guys. If anyone's watching. Sorry, I should have done that earlier. Hmm. Sorry, I know this isn't a very interesting stream for anyone watching, but it's gotta be done. Hmm. All right. Okay. We're gonna go on YouTube now that we've done a bit of reading. Okay. Let's. Yep, that is my search history. No, I don't need to look up how to crop a video in OBS. I've already figured that out. Thank you. Okay. Okay, we'll start with traditional Filipino music. Sorry, it's really loud on my end. Somehow I don't think the rapping is part of traditional Philippine music. I mean, it definitely might be, but I don't believe it is. Why aren't we loading? Okay, it wasn't loading. Alright, I will bookmark this page and we will come back to it on Monday. Yes. Alright. For now, I am going to call it quits. Thank you so much for watching to anyone who did. Um, like I said, I know the stream was kind of boring, but that's okay. Not every stream has to be super interesting. Besides, if I'm basing my work off of these different tropical island cultures, it's important to know what all these things are about, you know, and not just imitate without actually learning the cultural importance of all this shit. I shouldn't call it shit. It's not. I just swear instinctively. But yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited to learn more next time. Thank you so much for watching. Um, the music. Let's see what was playing on here, because I know it was there. Be gone. The Cordillera Fusion Collective Echoes. Okay. Alright. Yeah, it's interesting, and I'm excited to learn more about it. Not just to write my own stuff, but just because I like learning about new things. Hmm. I like celebrating cultures that just exist in general. Because there's so many interesting things about different cultures. But yeah, sorry, I'm being silly. The music that was played in the background was by Eric Matias at www.soundimage.com. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.